If you own a 2022 through 2024 Kia EV6 in the United States, then stay tuned because today we're going to talk about the ICCU recall that recently just came out for your cars. Hey everybody, it's the Ioniq guy. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome. My name is Corbin. I cover all things Hyundai, Kia, Genesis, EV related, and today we're talking about Kia. So if you watch the channel regularly, you might recall several months ago, Hyundai released their official ICCU recall. There was a large investigation for NHTSA, the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, and they found that there were issues with the vehicle's ICCU and thus issued a recall. We kind of knew that EV6s would be recalled at some point because it's more or less the same car as an Ioniq 5. So we knew it was coming. It's finally here. The recall was released in the last couple of weeks, and it's going to be recall 573. Says it was submitted to NHTSA on March 14th, but it just started going out to owners via mail on April 29th, so just about in the last week. So some of you might not know what an ICCU is. Well, it's an intelligent charging control unit. Basically what it does is it handles all level 2 charging at your home. So when you plug in to your level 2 charger up to 48 amps, it handles all the conversion to DC to put it into the battery pack. But one of its other really critical things is that it keeps your 12-volt battery used for accessory power throughout the car fully charged. And there's been a lot of issues over the last couple of years with Ioniq 5, Ioniq 6, EV6, and GV60 batteries. So it's nothing that we're completely shocked by. I see it every single day on my Facebook group and in comment sections. People are still experiencing it. But through this recall, hopefully it will alleviate this problem a little bit more. This recall is for 48,232 Kia EV6s. That's going to be 2022 through 2024 model years. They estimate 1% of those have a defect with their ICCU. So the description reads, 22 through 23 model year and certain 24 model year EV6 vehicles manufactured from November 17th, 2021 through February 7th, 2024, totaling 48,232 units. The recall population was determined by a review of vehicle and supplier production records. The vehicles subject to this recall were not produced in VIN order. So the description of the defect as written by Kia. The integrated charging control unit. Interesting that they call it integrated charging control unit. Hyundai calls it an intelligent charging control unit. The ICCU may become damaged over time from transient high voltage and thermal cycling. A damaged ICCU may not be able to charge the 12-volt battery, which can discharge gradually while driving with progressive reductions of motive power. If the driver ignores the warnings associated with the discharging battery condition and continues to operate the vehicle in a reduced power mode, the vehicle may eventually experience a complete loss of motive power, and motive power just means power to move the car forward. I've heard time and time again from owners who will hear a pop in the back of their car. That is the fuse for the ICCU blowing, and basically at that point, you no longer are going to get full power to propel the car forward. It's going to decrease in power over the next hour or so until eventually the car will come to a complete stop. So what kind of warning can you expect if this happens? Audible warning chimes and one or more of the following: illumination of check electric vehicle system warning light, master warning light, charging system warning light, stop vehicle and check power supply warning light, power down turtle warning light, and or reductions in motive power. So yeah, I have seen so many examples of this over the last couple years. People are always posting photos of the turtle mode or of the check electric vehicle system warning. It can be any one of these. So be cognizant that if you do see these, pull over to the side of the road. You're going to need to get your car towed. So Kia goes on to say the remedy. All owners of the subject vehicles will be notified by first-class mail with instructions to bring their vehicles to a Kia dealer. Kia dealers will inspect the ICCU and, if necessary, replace the ICCU and ICCU fuse. Dealers will also install updated software to address the recall condition. Kia will reimburse owners for repair expenses already incurred pursuant to Kia's General Reimbursement Plan, filed May 10, 2022. They go on to say the improved ICCU software decreases thermal loading and lowers peak voltage during operation to mitigate damage to the ICCU. 2024 model year EV6 vehicles manufactured after February 27th were produced with improved ICCU software. 2024 EV6 vehicles produced from February 8th through February 27th are being repaired at the port prior to distribution to dealers and thus are not included within the scope of this recall. So if you recently just bought an EV6, you're likely not going to need to go in for this recall, and especially because if it does somehow make it to a dealer lot, they are legally required to perform an open recall on the car before you take delivery. So just know that you shouldn't have to worry about going back to the dealer you just bought the car from to get that work done. Kia actually released a software update last year to address this issue, but the issue kept proliferating. So this is why the recall is happening now, is because their previous software update, which wasn't a recall, it was a technical service bulletin, did not actually solve the problem. So Kia released a timeline giving us more information about what was happening there. So I'm not going to go over every single line here, but on May 30th, Kia Safety Office decides to conduct a voluntary service campaign to address an overcurrent condition in the high voltage system that can result in multiple warnings and gradual reduction in power. But on May 30th, Kia Safety Office decides to conduct a voluntary service campaign to address an overcurrent condition in the high voltage system that can result in multiple warnings and gradual reduction in power. July 3rd of last year, the Office of Defect Investigation opens PE 23-012 to investigate consumer report experiencing a reduced or complete loss of motive power during vehicle operation, increasing the risk of a crash involving a 2022 EV6. So then between July 11th and July 13th of last year, the update was released to the dealers and owners were notified of it, I guess. So between August 18th and October 23rd of last year, Kia North America submits responses to PE 23-012 information requests and concludes no unreasonable risk to motor vehicle safety exists due to progressive and lengthy audible and visual warnings and messages, including instructing customers to stop the vehicle, the ability to continue to drive vehicle with progressive reductions in power, and 3, low incident rate with no reported fires, accidents, or injuries. And the whole point of NHTSA is basically safety. So what NHTSA doesn't want to happen is you to have a catastrophic issue with your car in the middle of a freeway and then you get run over by an 18-wheeler and everybody's dead. That's what they are trying to work to prevent. So it's not necessarily about issues with your car getting resolved, it's more about your safety. So between February 5th and February 14th of this year, Kia Corporation informs Kia North America's Safety Office of elevated claims following SC271 software upgrade in other global markets. Kia North America's Safety Office preliminary data analysis identifies a total of 25 unique reports of loss of motive power after receiving software update under SC271 and shares results with Kia headquarters. Now, February 19th, Kia HQ provides Kia North America Safety Office with investigation results showing the ICCUs collected from global markets show signs of damage after thermal cycling and exposure to transient voltage peaks. March 7th, Kia HQ informs Kia North America Safety Office of newly developed software which was incorporated into production on February 27th. The Safety Office updates data analysis and identifies a total of 34 unique reports of loss of motive power after receiving software update. And that includes 33 warranty claims, 2 tech line cases, and 2 customer complaints. No injuries, crashes, fatalities, or fires are reported. And March 8th of this year, Kia decides to recall all 22 and 23 EV6 vehicles and certain 24 EV6 vehicles as well. So it's good to know that nobody's getting hurt. Now, on the other hand, has it been an annoyance for these owners? Absolutely, because they're without a car for days, weeks. I hear conflicting things from all over the country. Some people are able to get their ICCU replaced relatively quickly, and then for others, it's weeks and weeks. I guess it depends on your dealership and where you live. So you guys really weren't far behind us Ioniq 5 owners and GV60 owners, but you got the recall now. Go out and get it fixed. This is an important recall. Now, I do want to stress to you guys, just because you get this recall taken care of doesn't necessarily mean your ICCU might not fail. I've heard from at least a handful of people who have had the recall done and still had their ICCU fail. I think the nature of this whole issue is that for the last 2.5 years, you've been driving this car with insufficient software that's been providing it with insufficient cooling. So these electronic components have just seen a lot of heat, apparently transient high voltage spikes. So the devices are getting damaged, and they just might be getting damaged a little bit over time. And even with this software, if they're already damaged, it could just take one small event that just pushes it over the edge, and then it's finally kaput. So I just want to warn you, don't be surprised if your ICCU does fail after the recall, because it seems to be happening. As much as that sucks, I just don't know what to tell you. Hopefully they get this fixed with this recall, because I can't imagine them getting too many more opportunities to fix the software here before people just say, I'm out. And EV9 owners, I know there's been a lot of issues with dead 12-volt batteries on your cars. I've also heard of some ICCU failures on that car as well, and that thing is only a few months old. So who knows if it's going to come to the EV9 in the future as well. So in the meantime, enjoy your cars. They're awesome machines. If something happens, just know it's covered under warranty. But I just wanted to get this video out to you EV6 owners and let you know that it's now available. Go schedule those appointments. If your dealers are anything like Hyundai dealers, then they're probably booked up well in advance. So make sure you get an appointment while you still can. And as always, if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up. Check out my store at ioniqguy.com. I have my automatic door lock module, which is a super easy install for you EV6 owners. You basically just pull down that panel in the trunk area, plug it in, and boom, you've got automatically locking doors. Check out my Spreadshirt shop for cool designs. One features the Kia EV6 charging indicator made into a 3D design. So if you want that on a t-shirt or a hat or something, be sure to check out that link down below as well. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.